everybody. Welcome to the Stock Talks with Joy and Sean today. Glad you're with us here today. And
Hi,
I
Joy.
guess this is our second week in September, huh? Oh, no, it's really just the first. Well, it is the second one.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
first was actually last week. So,
yeah.
anyways, so Sean, how's life in Florida down there?
Rainy as heck today.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So, what do you
no
do on a
beach
rainy
walk.
day?
No beach walk today. So yeah,
Um,
it started around let's see, I had a 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 10, 11 o'clock. I went to the gym, and when I walked out, it was pouring, and it hasn't stopped since. So,
yeah.
but that's okay. Yeah,
Well, that's okay. That's
yeah,
okay.
yeah. It'll be
So,
sunny tomorrow.
yeah, there we go. We like the rain here because it makes things grow. So instead of the heat, we get heat like your place. It's like the grass turns instantly brown, as you well
Right.
know,
Yep.
you know. So, but anyway, my son, of course, is down in Florida, and his second floor in their house, they have a house. There's a bunch of them renting a house together, and there's been no air conditioning. And he has
Ooh,
sent me pictures where it's like 96 degrees in the upstairs.
stay on the first floor.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like, holy tamale. So anyway, okay, this has nothing to do with why we're here
Nothing. We're just
today.
catching up. We usually do that before. Obviously, we didn't catch up fully.
Yeah, yeah, we forgot we hit the record button here
Oh,
today.
right.
But anyways, well, Sean, I'll tell you, I'd love to chat a little bit and help people out with, the first of the year, we always set goals for ourselves, and we kind of look at what we want to do for the year and everything. But then we kind of like, as the year goes on, it's like, okay, do you revisit those goals? Do you really go back and see what's going on? And do you consider setting goals for your fall season? And yeah, I mean, and that was actually brought to my attention because my BNI group, the director, was spoke yesterday morning. And he was talking about that in relation to networking, and kind of looking back in your networking field. And what have you gotten? What do you want for the rest of the year?
Right.
Okay, now that you know that, okay, what in the past? How many? Well, the second thing was that make a list of your favorite clients. Make a list of people that you want to reach out to. And then it's a matter like, okay, how many is that? Okay. How many referrals? Go back and look at how many referrals you got for the year from the group. Then another step of like, okay, how many one-to-ones did you do to get referrals? Because in any networking thing, it's more than just the networking group. It's
Sure.
getting to know people one-to-one. And it's real interesting to kind of do that. And I kind of related that to our own business.
Yeah, I always, set it and then you just adjust them each quarter um this from now to the end of the year is our busiest year. And you know, when I was in the banking world, you always kind of knew if you kind of pushed and built the fourth quarter and then you started off strong in January, it kind of set the tone for the year.
Hmm.
So that's our value to our businesses or our salespeople or who we're talking to say, hey, look, I mean, everybody knows it. I mean, you build a good fourth quarter and then January rolls around and you have all this business and it sets the tone. So how are you staying in front of your clients? How are you reaching out? How are you letting them know about new things? And we have new things. We have the system cards that we didn't have last year.
Right.
So are we reaching out to say, hey, love get a moment of your time. We have some new for your holiday cards or however Thanksgiving cards, whatever you want to do, and then moving forward through next year. So great time to bring this up because it's the time's now. So
Hmm.
sounds like a convention title. The time is now. Was that one?
Could be, So yeah, yeah, you're right. And one of the things that I sat and did this morning is went back and I looked at new customers that I brought in the last year, starting September 1 of last year to now for September 1. And I was really kind of blown away at how many uh, almost not quite a half, but a little over a third of the new people I brought in last year was in this last quarter.
Well, and it's
No,
our
for the
busy
whole
time,
year.
that makes sense. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
And
So,
these are new people, I mean,
right,
in our world, we have new people and we have customers to let them know what's going on and upgrade, into the new packaging and everything like that. But I mean, these are like new people.
right.
So it was kind of a shock to me when I saw that. It's like, oh, I guess I never realized, that I mean, we know our volume comes in the last quarter, more than anything. But as far as new people coming on board, same thing.
Well, that makes sense because again, it's our busiest time of year. People are out of, and some are affiliates, you want to pay for Christmas, here's an opportunity. You're coming in at the right time. So, yeah, if you haven't set your goals, whether that's, I want to have so many 97s, do I want to sell so many of the system packages? What are they? And then like what you kind of talked, if I want to sell 10 97s a month, all right, well then how many people do I have to show? What's my closing ratio? Is it
Mhm.
20? Is it 30? And then kind of back into that number. And you know what you have to do.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly right. So as I looked at my number here, it's like, okay, I'm going to double that number from last year. So I'm going to be backing up. It's like, I want to get X amount of new customers next year or in this last quarter. So, like you mentioned about it's the ratio too. You might get new customers, but that doesn't mean they're going to get a package or bundle. So my new customers are going to be, a 97 or a package,
Gotcha.
kind of
Yep.
thing. That's where I'm at. Because at the 37 for a new customer this time of year, they're not thinking big enough. I mean, they're not even thinking about their holiday cards, kind of a thing. So,
Well, and
and
even
I'll tell you what, I think something if you and I, we speak of whoever's listening or all of us realize that those packages include the bulk sends. So you've now captured those people that want to go to Shutterfly, or want to go to Walgreens and print their cards and get their envelopes and address them themselves. And we all know the quality there is nothing like what we have. The CRM system doesn't exist. I mean, there's just a lot of different things that we have that those places don't have, but we have the ability in those packages to do it.
absolutely, absolutely.
I was talking to somebody yesterday, and actually it was a photographer. I kind of like, I think April mentioned that about going to the photographers and having a
I've
chat
never
with them.
had luck with that
Yeah, well, it was interesting because,
because
when
they
I
just want to take pictures.
yeah. Well, they want to take pictures, but at the same time, she immediately looked at the package and says, well, people don't send 100 Christmas cards. I said, no, you're missing the point. You're missing that.
Right.
That's 100 Christmas cards. That's a bunch of individual cards. That's a bunch of
Sure.
New Year's cards. I mean, think bigger. And I mean, you can even schedule Easter cards, with the pictures and stuff like that. So it was interesting, that the people immediately think, oh, I don't send 100 Christmas cards.
And maybe that's the angle you took. Because honestly have couldn't you reach out and and never had luck. But maybe that's the angle to say, if you reach out and now and you've done their holiday cards and they have 250 and they're going to send 125, you can schedule the Easter photography event so they can do the Easter card.
Right.
So
Right.
you're going to get repeat business. I guess that would be a better, approach
Yeah,
maybe that I
because you're
could
giving
use.
them
So
something else in there too. And the bottom line too is, you know, our affiliate program is month to month.
sure,
If they don't go on the affiliate program for this, they're crazy too,
right,
because they could
right,
be getting another 30% back in their pocket, of what they do. But yeah, it was just, the packaging, it's really great. We're coming in the best time of year, dude. They
right.
introduced it early enough for us. And keep in mind too, last year we did not come out with the bulk cards until November. So
Right.
anybody that started things earlier last year, they were not aware, of the bulk sends, at
So
all.
make your list, set your goal, and I would set it as subscription and your bulk or your system card sends, and go to work. This is their busiest time of year, so if you're not working it now, you're missing out.
Yeah, yeah, you really are. And of course we've got the ebook that
Yeah,
is, you did a great job on the call the other night, Sean, and
thank you.
Willie and Travis, all three of you on there. Um, that book should be part of this whole mix too,
Oh, absolutely.
always, always, always. And you should, everyone should, you've got, I think we've got down how many cards we need to send a day. I mean, we just know that it's just ingrained in us, so you should anyway, be on that top. But this ebook is the same way. Take the
Oh,
same
it
number of
should go
cards as
out
going to
to
take the ebook.
anybody that either before you show them or after you show them. That should just be a compliment to the process. So
Yeah,
I'd
yeah.
sent 5 or 6 today. Just interaction with, I got a text from a realtor last night. I forget how she's texting me for something. Oh, my fridge is getting full because I sent her a card, and they do send out cards. And I said, great, I love it. And I said, hey, would you mind me? I don't think I've sent you Cody's ebook, founder of Send Out Cards. Do you mind if I send it to you? No, not at all. And shot it out. And then I thought, hey, did you see the new system cards too? I don't know if you're looked on your account, but we have new system cards for this time of year for holidays. If you want to, send out a Thanksgiving or Halloween or a Christmas card or whatever. Oh no, I'll check that out. So that's that quick communication of a thank you for the card turned into me sending. I shot her the ebook and then the pricing for the system cards. So, like I said, if, somebody comments on a post on Facebook and you've had dialogue with them, just, hey, may I send you, Cody B's, you know, prompting process ebook? And most people are like, yeah, okay, just need your email or your text and then add them into,
Yeah.
Promptings Pro and send it on.
One of my recent customers in the last week, she had sent a card, and again, I messaged back to her, said, hey, I saw you got your free card out. I said, I'd love to arrange a time to chat if you have any more questions. And today, anyways, she's going to add 37. That's where she wants to come with this. She's changed jobs, whatever. Anyways, I happened to mention that I was going through my list today of all the people that I sent the ebook out to, the one list that I had together. And, just kind of like jogging people's memories and whether you did it, whether you didn't. And then when I always respond back and I tell them, I said, I can't wait to hear what your favorite part was.
Right.
I wait to hear what your takeaway is. Well, I come to find out, kind of in talking to the little girl that signed up on her own that last week, she was one of them in this list. So I asked her, I said, so did you get through the whole ebook? And she, oh, absolutely, the exclamation point, and she says, okay, what was your biggest takeaway? And she says, the biggest takeaway was don't wait.
Yeah.
Don't wait to say something to people,
Yeah.
and I mean, so I would say that prompted her, that ebook was definitely a memory jog,
Absolutely.
it was just something
Yeah.
that really helped her.
It
And
is such an incredible tool that we need to get into as many hands as we can.
yeah,
It's going to have that impact, not on everybody, but on
no,
some. You're going to, and
no.
they'll
Hey,
sign,
it's
they'll
just
sign up
like
and
the
use it.
numbers. It's just
Yep.
like the numbers. You share the book 20 times, you'll have 2 people that'll grab onto it.
Yep. So,
Share it 40 times, you've got 4,
yep.
So how many do you want? Do you want 2? Do you want 4? Do you want 8? Okay, 8
8,000.
times by 10, that's 80.
8,000.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So you got a lot to work with, So don't just share it once and move forward, So
All right. Set your goals. Have a
yeah,
great fourth quarter starting now, end of third
starting
quarter,
now.
into fourth quarter,
Yeah.
and rock and roll.
You
Time to
got
go.
it. You got it. So awesome. And love to hear the stories. Just
Yep.
keep them coming. So thank you, Sean. You have a
Perfect.
great week too.
You
Good
too.
weekend, and we'll talk to you guys next week.
See you guys. Bye bye.